Hi, everybody. My name is Sarah, and this is Pearls of Wisdom with Carnivore. A little carnivish, a little keto, but mostly the carnivore way of eating, or maybe I should say the older person's way of eating, as some of us have just been kind of gently led here. We had no intentions of eating animal products only. We didn't. We got out of Weight Watchers and we got into keto, and that was just as much fun as Weight Watchers, with all the recipes abounding and all the different foods that we could have. And the keto-fying, it was like a whole new frontier. Oh boy, we had fun. And then it was like, what's the difference between this and Weight Watchers? It's just a different way of calculating. I had my whoosh. It was good. I lost a little bit more than my usual trip back to Weight Watchers for yet their next great program. And so then the keto way of eating, the keto-fying, it lost a little bit of the luster, and you weren't feeling the health benefits. Nothing, the non-scale victories weren't as, pronounced. There's just some things that just kind of felt stale and kind of stalled. There's a good word. But and then a lot of you, as the carnivore movement, talk about movement, got bigger and bigger, it was a little more tempting. And as you saw maybe older women trying it and having some success, it was like, this could work. So today I was thinking just about, the transition, and how some of us, like in my case, people will ask me a question: how long have you been carnivore? When did you start being keto? When did you give up sugar? How about that thing with that alternative sugars? When did you give them up? And I really don't keep charts and graphs about my experience from keto to a carnivore way of eating. I don't. And so I don't really sometimes remember. So sometimes I don't know. I just know that along the way, the tweaking was always like a major thing. And suddenly it was the thing. And, what was a tweak ended up being a pretty stable way of doing my carnivore. Like when I went from 2MAD to OMAD, that was a tweak with, like, you could return for your full refund if it didn't work, so I could go back to 2MAD if I wanted to. But I just kept sticking with the OMAD. For some people, it's fasting. They rely on a nice good fast at least a couple of times a month, sometimes as much as every week, and it just kind of suits their fancy. That's kind of an old-fashioned saying, isn't it? Suiting their fancy. And before you know it, it's part of their routine. So some of them feast a little bit more on a certain day, knowing that they've got, 48 to 72 hours where they're doing their fast, and their body loves it, and they believe that the autophagy takes place at that time. I'm not a big faster. I'm OMAD, so every day between 23 and 24 hours, I don't have things going in. And I have, look, black coffee is my first coffee of the day. Never, ever. It's like if you told me I was going to be eating animal products and drinking black coffee. No, but I am. And so it is kind of cool to make the nice tweaks and have them be a good part of your regular, ordinary day. And as Vivian and I know, we love our ordinary days. There's nothing like it. You wake up, you had a good day the day before, you wake up, today is just another chance at another good day. How simple is that? How wonderful does that feel? When you think back of the stress and the charts and graphs and apps that you had to use to do all of your food gyrations and all of that kind of stuff, and now suddenly if you're doing carnivore, you don't really have to do that. And you've kind of gotten used to your list of, meats that work for you, sometimes fats that work for you, dairy that works for you upon occasion. And then upon other occasions, you've decided to kind of go dairy free, and just doing no things different. It's great. I wouldn't change anything. And, so to wake up and have just another wonderful day to experience the health, the zen, the good feelings that I really wasn't paying as much attention to as I do now. Love it. So anyway, I got a rebounder. And I don't know if any of you other people, I know June and Tracy have one. But my vegan Blue Cross Blue Shield house call doctor said his mother swears by hers and what it's doing for her bones and skeleton and other places. So I found this older woman that does YouTube videos about, how to do her rebounder, and then she's got videos, so like different moves and all that kind of stuff. And I found a mailman, USPO mailman, no, a male talking about it, and how to pat your body while you're doing it to kind of stir things. And so I just kind of started thinking, hold on, one little sip. Black coffee, whoever thought? Nobody ever thought they'd ever see me drinking black coffee through a glass cup. So I have to integrate it 10 minutes into my daily routine. So I think I'm getting that pattern down, and that works. So it's 10 minutes a day, twice a day. Yeah, I think I can do that. And the minute that it takes to put on doing the rebounder clothes and taking them off, So I think I can afford that in my busy day. And so there's a lot of things. And I had a treadmill. Thank God Greg got sick of looking at it gathering dust and got it out of here. So now the rebound can go there. And when we moved in, we put a TV there, so I could do my exercise there. So I'm kind of excited and kind of feel like, I didn't purposely say, that's it, I'm going to start doing something intentionally physically, but here I am. But here's my question for some of you. I've been fascinated, obsessed, can't get enough of oxalates. And Elliot Overton, Overton, a doctor from, I think it's London, and at least the United Kingdom, and Sally Norton do a lot of videos on oxalate. So I've been fascinated with them. I think I've had some oxalate dumping, and I was kind of wondering if using the rebounder, if any of you using the rebounder have experienced this, that it gives an opportunity because you're unclogging maybe clogged up places. It's good for your lymph nodes and everything else, especially like under your arms. That was always a big part, and with breast cancer checks. And so I was wondering if any of you feel that the rebounder frees up not only clogged toxins and impurities, but oxalates to facilitate the dumping of them in a more gentle way. And if so, have you felt any of that? I'm new to rebounding, so this isn't, anything I've experienced yet. So I was just curious if any of you have been doing the rebounder, do feel that in your previous life, like mine, where I had almond milk every day, I had spinach every day, I had berries every day, because I was doing a good, nutritious, what I thought, keto plan, which allowed all of those wonderful things. And so I thought, I thought spinach was bioavailable. I thought all the vitamins in the in the almond milk, all the antioxidants in the berries, I thought those were superfoods, right? And we're told they're superfoods. And if you went and listened to anybody do a superfood video, definitely things like kale and spinach and Swiss chard, all those dark green leafies would be at the top of the list, along with the berries versus other types of fruit, but especially berries. And so those were keto friendly. And then the almond milk, which was the next best thing after cow's milk, which I'm not a big fan of. And I don't know what I was drinking before almond milk, but that was a regular in my day. And then I'd have, of course, like granola with almond in it, with the banana, with the almond milk. And so I was having all these oxalates as the good little keto girl. And so I'm just curious if the rebounder kind of like jostles the stored up oxalates along with the other impurities and toxins. And I'm also wondering if any of you have found your lumps and bumps, kind of that fat, not just cellulite, although maybe it's all just cellulite, but the bumps and the stuff that we kind of say, it's just the way that it goes on a woman's body with the fat deposits, if those have like freed up too. And I know that definitely with carnivore, along with keto along the way, that there's been some firming and tightening and smoothing out of my skin in a way that I didn't have in my younger years. And a lot of people say I look younger than my older videos. Younger than my older videos. Channeling George Carlin. Love the guy. And so, anyway, just wondering if any of you have had any of those, not necessarily non-scale victories, but improvements from using a rebounder / with your oxalates. Have you felt, the movement, the difference of moving around the stuff that you kind of felt was kind of like a permanent lump bump in your body, and how that feels? Just a little query. And so I hope you have a wonderful day, my pickles, my snowflakes, my Goldilocks, my no matter what club members, the ones that participate in Rabbit. We've just got a whole slew of characters here, and we just do our little days a day at a time. We celebrate the ordinary. We want the ordinary. We so appreciate the ordinary. The gratitude that I have for an ordinary day with life on life's terms, whoa, after so many years of trauma, eating at things, eating because of things, eating in place of things, eating to, bury the emotions, eating. It was just a lifestyle of sugar and carbs and crap, and just avoiding and just not caring and just throwing in the towel and saying, I don't care how much weight I gain. I can't handle this. And some people have said to me over the years, it's like they don't want to deal with the feelings, so they ate at the feelings, especially our favorite sugar. And then the feelings come up and it's like, well, these aren't fun. No wonder I ate. And then just slowly walking through them a day at a time. And a day at a time, things can get a wee bit better. And we like that, don't we? Even in our late 60s, there's still plenty of places that we can improve our lives. Or even in our late 40s, into our 50s, into our 60s. And then all of my wonderful, wonderful people that are here in their 70s, I think it's great. I think the oldest age that watches me is 77. So I'm not sure if there are more. But, we are so, so lucky to have this chance to really be present in our lives, maybe for the first time in a long time. I know it's that way for me. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you here the next time, maybe with my black coffee. And thank you for any of you that do the Rebounder for your input and feedback on how you think it's been for you. I will catch up with you the next time. And by the way, I did get my Rebounder through Amazon. It's Gonex, Gonex, and I think it's under $75. Just in case you were going to ask, I can save you that question. Thanks so much for watching. This has been Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom and Food with Carnivore. See you the next time. Bye-bye for now.